Right, hi guys, and welcome back to the Lola Mastercard My Team career mode, or whatever you want to call it. So it's the penultimate round now. We've got one more round to go after this one at Brazil. Now, Brazil, I'm looking forward to it. I should go well around here because this was where I took my first ever league win. So I was very, very happy about that, and I've done a video on it. So if you'd like to check it out, I'll put a little thing in the top corner now to say yes, there you go, you can watch that video and you can then pop back to this one if you like. There you go, it's probably the only plug I've ever done on a video, but I was very, very proud of it, and I think everyone will enjoy the race because it was very good. So here we go anyway, we're looking at getting some new sponsorship in. We're finally able to unlock that third sponsor reel, which we'd unlocked previous, but because of everything that's happened, losing the file and then having to start again, we've only just got it back. So we've put the same sponsor in as we had last time to keep it as authentic as possible. And now we are just having a look at the sponsor decals, and we're going to get it all liveried up for the last race of the season, or the second to last race of the season, and the last race as well. So there you go, a bit of polar sponsorship on there, a bit of zigzag on there, is it? Oh, there you go, it looks absolutely sexy. So we're getting the Lola Mastercard stickered up, ready to go for the final 2 rounds of this championship. And yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone that's watched these series up to this point and commented, and it's been really nice to see. It doesn't get many views, but the views it gets, it always gets a nice response from people, and that's all I do it for. I do it for the interaction. So yeah, views might not be great, but the interaction is just as good, and I always appreciate it. So just finishing off the final sticker sponsor now, put a bit of Pantene Pro V on there, sexy as, and now it is time to enter. Oh, the background's not appearing. Well done, Codemasters. It's a good job you've been bought out by EA. And now it's time to jump straight into qualifying. So as you can see, we're on our flying lap. We've already done 1 lap, which was good enough for 18th, but I think I can do better than that. So as you can see, we're almost a second up on our lap time. In fact, we are a second up now. That is incredible. So we've done really, really well here, and we've got the DRS wide open nice and early. We was down in the first sector, up in the second sector, and we're going to be well up in the third sector. And wow, that puts us in P8 for now, so let's see where that... Oh, we stay P8, that's absolutely unbelievable stuff. So one of our best qualifyings of the year, if not the best, I'm not too sure. Callum down there in 21st, but the car is underdeveloped. I've just go really well around here. So P8 on the grid, let's see where that puts us. It's time to hand you over to the incapable hands of Mr. David Croft.
Formula One returns to Sao Paulo once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his 3rd championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Sainz, the scientist, Perez and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Bottas, Alexander Albon and De Vries, Kvyat, Grosjean, Lance Stroll and Kevin Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Russell, Ireland and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So we do keep that P8 position, no penalties for anyone, and we wait for the 5 lights to go out now, and it's away we go. From 8th position on the grid, Carlos Sainz to the right of us. We've got Daniel Ricciardo right in front. In fact, we're already up to 7th, we're already up to 6th, we're already up to 5th. Any advance on 5th? No. But still P5. That's a fantastic effort by ourselves there. Already into 5th position. Lewis Hamilton ahead. He can win the championship this weekend. I'm not sure what the permutations are, but he's got quite a considerable gap over the second place driver in the championship, so he probably just needs to finish in the points, to be honest. But there he is in P4. We're in P5 after a rocket ship start from our 8th position on the grid, and we're just keeping it nice and tidy on the first lap. We've got no front wing damage for a change. I know everyone's surprised I've not seen a bit of wing flying off just yet, although we almost had the wing flying off there as we nearly ploughed into the back Hamilton, getting his braking point wrong. But not to worry, we're all okay, we're all clean and tidy so far. We are in P5, nice and neat, nice and tidy. Ricciardo behind, but not putting us under too much pressure, and a nice little gap to Hamilton ahead, so we can just try and focus on our own race at this point. But oh no, there you go, I found a gap, I'm going for it. There you go, much love, hand of rage goes up, much love. Thank you very much, Lewis Hamilton. We're into P4, that was a lovely late lunge there. Even caught me out commentating on it after the race had even happened. Oh, God loves a trier. So we complete the first lap there. It's Charles Leclerc leading as he sets the fastest lap, obviously, and we are in P4 now as we run a touch wide there. That's not ideal, but we cut that one to make up for it. Sorry team, sorry everyone. And we stay in this 4th position, which is fantastic for us. We get the overtake button enabled down that straight briefly there, just so Hamilton can't start nibbling at the bits. It's going to be difficult for this bit though on lap 3 onwards, because of course the DRS is enabled. We go first sector 1, we're green of course, and of course we are. Of course we're green, we're on the second lap of course, and here we go running a touch wide there, but we get a nice run, although we run a little bit wide once again there, so we need to work on that definitely. But we are in P4 looking strong, we're looking really strong. The last couple of races, you know, we've been unlucky, and one of them we were just well off the pace at Austin and lucky to score a point. But here we are in P4, showing that we've got some nice pace here. We're keeping Hamilton at bay. In fact, Ricciardo's got past Hamilton, so we're still keeping Ricciardo at bay. And Hamilton's lost a couple of places, and he's down to P6, so that's not good for Lewis Hamilton. But it is brilliant news for us, because Ricciardo's a closer match car to us. It's still a lot faster, but we've got the Renault engine in the back of our car, and that means that we are not that bad in a straight line and pretty much matching Ricciardo. But as we enter lap 3, we are still in P4. On to lap 5 now, and as you can see, we are still P4. The gap has stayed the same. We've sort of got a couple of second gap there over Raikkonen, but we've got Ricciardo behind trying to make a move on us now, and I said this bit would be crucial. Here he comes. It's Ricciardo on the DRS. He gets a good little run through that fast chicane, and then the DRS is a double compounding issue for us, and he goes through into 4th position. We are P5, but as you can see, that little love tap there, no wing damage, that's good. Oh, and here comes Lewis Hamilton for the party as well. Hello Lewis, but we managed to fend him off, do we? Yes we do. That was a brave move by Lewis there. It could have ended us both off into the wall. We've seen some big accidents there in the past, haven't we? But thankfully not. We are still in P5. We've got Lewis Hamilton at bay, and we've still got Daniel Ricciardo ahead. We're not making any ground back on Daniel Ricciardo at the moment, it seems, but he seems to be making ground on the cars ahead, so maybe we can use Ricciardo as a bit of a tow and perhaps just climb in. You know, we've got someone to follow now, so we'll just keep going, keep chipping away at it, and maybe staying within DRS range of Daniel Ricciardo will really help us catch up to the cars in front, which could even mean we get a podium, which would absolutely be fantastic, wouldn't it? But on lap 6, we're down to P5, but looking in quite a nice position here, following Ricciardo and seemingly gaining pace as a result of it. Like I mentioned, DRS zones. It's a fantastic thing. We love it. But as you can see, just not close enough to do anything with the DRS at the moment, but it just keeps us in that window. If anything goes, and as you can see, they're actually battling up ahead, so that should enable us to catch up as we get through the later laps and the later stages of this race. And the later stages of this race come to fruition now. We're on lap 9, and as you can see, we're on the back of Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel. Is that in the Mercedes? I believe it is. But lap 9, it's halfway race distance. That must mean it's time for our pit stop. And we open the DRS there, but then we decide, no, best close it, we're coming into the pits. And in we come, and it's a whole train of cars into the pits now. We tumble down the order initially as cars go past that are yet to make their stops. That's Charles Leclerc. He's actually been held in the pits quite a bit there as a result of all us lot coming in, and he was leading the race, so he could lose out Here we go, onto the medium tyres. No front wing for us today, lads. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. 2.9 second stop wasn't the best, and we've lost out to Lewis Hamilton. We kept him at bay for so long, but the Mercedes guys just that little bit quicker, got into our window, and the team didn't want to release us, otherwise it'd be an unsafe pit release. So I'd sooner lose the position on track than lose it in the pit lane by having to do a stop-go or anything for that unsafe release. And here we go, down into P17 initially, but Hamilton's got traffic. I think he's got the Hassers ahead, hasn't he? Yeah, he's got the pair of Hassers. So, they're a pain in the ass for him, and we have got Lewis Hamilton ahead. Can we make any moves on him? He's taken us in the pit stops, not on track, but we're going to try and make that move once again, and here we go, lunging up the inside there. That's a lovely move. It's Roman Grosjean ahead of him, followed by Kevin Magnussen. We're going to be in the middle of a Haas sandwich in a minute if we get past Grosjean, and we do we? Yes, we do. A lovely move. These are on the old soft tyres, of course, still awaiting to make a pit stop. We're doing incredibly well here, carving our way through the traffic without losing much time, and through on Kevin Magnussen. Wow, wow, wow. That was a nice, lovely move there, and we enable overtake there, and in rich mix, of course, to try and maintain this momentum that we've got going now, seeing and hoping that we don't lose out during this pit stop phase. We had a bit of traffic there. We had Lewis Hamilton to overtake, as well as Callum Ilott pits, as you could see there, teammate in the pits at the top of the screen. We've got a Mercedes coming out of the pits, a Ferrari by the looks of things as well. Are we going to beat that Ferrari? Are we going to beat it? It's Max Verstappen. We're not initially, but we're going to cut back here. There we go, we're up the inside now, are we? Yes, we are. We're through on and past Max Verstappen in the Ferrari there. Sebastian Vettel ahead in the Mercedes. Got a bit confused there because I was thinking Sebastian Vettel was in the Ferrari. I wonder why. But yes, there you go. We are in P7, so that must mean we've lost out a couple of positions, surely. But here we come now, onto lap 12. We've got another couple of cars popping into the pits. And we are into P5. So we're P5, so that means we've lost something somewhere, doesn't it? But in fact, no, we haven't lost anything, have we? We were in P5 before the pit stops. It just means that Ricciardo's gained a hell of a lot of time on us, and Sebastian Vettel has lost out to Daniel Ricciardo. But there you go, a quick little snapshot there of me crossing the line after 12 laps, and we briefly set the fastest lap. Can we keep it? I'm not too sure if we can. There's a lot of faster cars around us, but that's nice and encouraging that we're doing something right. We set the fastest lap on the 12th lap of this race around Brazil. A lovely little circuit that I really enjoy doing. And now, as you can see, we are jumping on to lap 16. We've got Max Verstappen behind us in the Ferrari, and at the side of us, in fact, we go wide. He caught us out massively there. Max goes through. We're going to try for the switchback. We've done a couple of overtakes here already, but no, we can't quite do it here. We're going to try and go around the outside here. We're setting him up, I think. We're just setting him up. But no, we can't do anything at this moment in time, which is a bit of a shame. We're still in 6th position now after losing out to Max Verstappen. But we're within that DRS range, as you can see. We're a little bit low on fuel, a little bit marginal, but I'll bring that back. Don't worry, we're just going to use it to attack, and then we'll start going into the lean mix in the difficult to overtake places, so we don't lose any positions. DRS enabled, rich mix. No, we're in standard actually, but the overtake button's been enabled as much as possible. And we are going to try and make a move up the inside of Max, are we? We try, but we fail. And we are down into P6 now. We cut that corner a little bit there, cut that one a little bit as well. We're lucky we're not getting any warnings. And now we are on to the final lap of the race. And we just catch the grass there on the right-hand side. Did you see? It just hobbled our braking performance a little bit, and we almost slid into the back of Max Verstappen. But we're still mounting an attack on this Ferrari on the final lap of the race. He's been past us a couple of laps now. We've got overtake enabled. We've got the DRS enabled, and we're up the inside of Max Verstappen, are we? Yes, we are. Back into P5, so we're not doing too badly. Not doing too badly at all. That's 10 points for us if we can get across here. As you can see, we did lose that fastest lap. We thought we were going to, but it was just nice to see. We run a little bit wide there, and we run even wider there. Wow, oh, wow, that's going to cost us time. As you can see, the corner arrow is going mental. It looks like Lewis Hamilton's on the back of Max Verstappen, as well as Verstappen being on the back of us. And we're trying to just get it to the end, eke it to the end. We're okay for fuel. We've got some overtake left, so we can use that up the hill to try and fend off any cars behind that get DRS. And those cars that get DRS are going to be Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, so this is going to be very close to the line. Are we going to get overtaken like we did at Austin at the final corner? No, it looks like we're all clear. We're fending the inside as much as possible, and we cross the line in P5 after starting P8. A fantastic effort, a height of 4th position in that race, but wasn't meant to be for us in terms of staying there. Driver of the day to Daniel Ricciardo, cannot fault him. That's his 2nd podium in a row now, isn't it? He won Mexico. He's got a podium here, and Lewis Hamilton is crowned the 7 times world champion in 2020. Who'd have thought it? Just like real life there. And as mentioned earlier in the season, you'll have noticed that Valtteri Bottas was leading the championship in a Mercedes, but he elected to switch to AlphaTauri, so he made sure he didn't win, because that is Bottas. Bottas is a trooper all the way through and through. Benito Bonotto, or whatever he's called, the clown, is happy with that, so that must mean Charles Leclerc won the race. We're just waiting for the results to pop up now. Here he is. Sha-la-la wins the race. We've never seen that this year, have we? So Hamilton winning the championship was highly accurate, but Charles winning any race is, yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie, Codemasters. And I thought it was going to be time for the champagne, but no. Here's Lewis Hamilton giving it the clap there, giving it a hug and a kiss and a slap and a tickle, and no masks, no social distancing, and more importantly, no physio. Remember that woman that always appears now every single time an opportunity she's got to be on camera? First saw her in Mexico 2018, and then we have still yet to not see her ever again. She's always there, always there. So there you go. As you can see, we finished a marvellous 5th there. Callum ended up 19th in the end, so bit of a lonely race for him. DNF for Lance Stroll there, not good for him. We still stay 9th in the Drivers' Championship overall with 91 points now, and we're 7th in the Constructors' Championship with 92, so that's a very, very good race performance by us indeed there. We're doing incredibly well in our first season. So as you can see now, we're just going to have a look and see what we can fiddle about with. Advance time and, you know, take the guys for lunch and all that business, because that's the kind of team we are. As you can see, team building there. We're going to do a bit of that, are we? Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't like PR filming, do they? They just don't like work, my staff. Did you see how much it went down there if I did PR filming? Like by 15 or something. And a bit of driver training there for Callum, because we're hoping to keep him for next season as well. So yes, there you go. That's all that advance. We're going to try and spend some money now, are we, in the R&D, or some R&D points I should say. Morale's good overall with the teams there. What we're doing here now, we're going to, I think we're going to try and see if we can finish that last bit off that was going to be a victim of the changes for next year. We've got one more part to increase, otherwise we lose it. But there you go. Everyone's very happy. We've got some bloody hell, making some modifications to the car for the last round as well. So look forward to that. The car should be even better for the final round at Yawn Marina at Abu Dhabi. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and much love.